Latest football news, engaging debates,
and fascinating opinions.
Pitchside talk on IO Radio.
Yes, and welcome back to Pitchside Talk here on IO Radio. We're back for another week of football action with me, George.
And me, Dan, again.
Again.
I almost didn't make it today. But
almost. Late call.
Yeah, managed to get here on time.
Yes, late assessment, that wasn't it? It could have passed fitness, but just did in time. Well, we've got lots of things covered on today's show, but before I forget to mention, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, talk_pitch for all sorts of footy stuff and nonsense and all random things we do.
Yeah, Instagram's a bit dead at the moment, but
yeah,
we'll get that going.
we need to make that. We need to rejuvenate somehow. And before I forget to mention, if you want to listen to any of our previous shows, go to our YouTube channel, Pitchside Talk. You can listen to all the other shows, apart from last week's, because we've both forgotten about it.
Bit of confusion as well.
Yeah, bit of confusion, but it's actually fine. It'll be uploaded as soon as possible. So, Dan, what have we got coming up today?
So today we're going to be talking about Ipswich Town and the result yesterday.
Oh.
Also the Premier League and the results on Saturday, and also the Champions League is back again, and more craziness.
More craziness.
Yeah.
I couldn't keep up with it, but I've been found what I've been looking for, so stay up to date with the latest footy news.
Pitchside Talk on IO Radio.
Yes, that's right. Stay up to date with all the latest football news. Even on our social medias, all the latest football news on there, on Twitter and Instagram for talk_pitch. And now, Dan, Ipswich Town.
Yeah.
We better do it. I can see you're excited. Look at the little smile come on your face. Because Ipswich last night won against Rochdale 1-0 to go back top of League One. I need to say championship there. I thought
Don't say championship.
Championship. And now,
bad memories.
Bad memories? What would be good memories?
Last year was not a good memory.
Okay, apart from last year, we just erase all them other years.
And all the years after the playoff season under Mick, but...
Yeah, yeah. And we'll forget about the Roy ones and the pool and all sorts. So basically nothing really then. But last night returned to the top of the league. What were your thoughts on the match?
Yeah, it was an interesting one. I've said a lot this season that there's games of two halves, and I think that happened again yesterday. I think first half we seemed quite poor. I don't know what it was. It looked like Rochdale were playing the ball around quite well, and we couldn't really deal with it. I think I guess we defended quite well in the first half, but overall we couldn't really get it up to the two strikers and play it off them like we want to. So yeah, poor first half, but second half I thought we looked much better. I think from the off we looked like we were more attacking, and obviously we got a goal quite early in the second half, which was good. And I think the first goal would have won the game yesterday because it was quite tight. So that's what happened. And it's good for Danny Rowe to get his first Ipswich goal as well.
Yes, it was good to see him as well.
Better second half.
Yeah, well, he got his first ever goal. I didn't realise he's been there since 2017.
Yeah.
I didn't realise he's actually 27.
Yeah.
I thought he was, not to be rude, I thought he was actually younger. I thought he was 22, 23, but he got his first goal in 23 appearances for Town.
Yeah, we haven't seen him that much because he's been on loan a couple of times, but yeah, good for him.
Good for him. How crucial was it for him to get his first goal and to get the winner really for Ipswich?
Yeah, it was good. I think I don't know. I don't think he's a proper starter in the side. I think he'll get game time, but I don't think he'll start every single game. So I think it was good to put a message across to Paul Lambert to say that I can actually score in this league. So yeah, it was good for him, and I'd like to see what he can do going into the future because I quite like him as a player. I think he's a good little player. So yeah, we'll see how he does, and yeah, good to get the winner as well.
Well, Lambert actually did praise him after the game for getting his first goal, which was nice to see. You don't see that much from managers really.
No,
giving praise for first goals. Usually it's just like, yeah, you did well. that was basically it. But last night we saw Paul Lambert actually made a few changes to his starting 11. A very crucial position, right back, been a bit of a problem position for Ipswich over the last few years, and they found a solution in Kane Vince-Young, but Lambert confirmed on Monday he'll be out for some weeks with the same injury as James Norwood, the groin.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he had the same surgery, didn't he?
Yes, he'll be out for a few weeks. So 2 to 3, hopefully. Well, we expect to be back for maybe Blackpool Wycombe time, don't we say?
Yeah, I hope so.
Hope so. Well, Edwards stepped into the right back role again. Not Donatian,
No. Which
who
I was
is a
happy
right
about,
back.
but- yeah, I don't know if I was happy that Donatian weren't starting. It was a bit of an odd choice, I thought, but
Yeah, it was a bit of an odd choice because
Yeah.
Edwards said in the week that he's a left winger.
yeah,
How did Edwards get on at right back?
it seemed like he did okay. I think obviously if you've got a player like that playing at right back, teams are gonna play balls on that left hand side all game. So yeah, obviously I think he had a tough night, but it's not his favoured position. So I think he did okay. I don't know if there's really any other options of right back. I said Wolfenden can play there, and I think he can, but I don't think he's really going to start at right back at all. I know he played there a little bit against Southend.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think he was really the only choice that could play there. I know Donatian's a right back, but he's just not good. So
Oh, lovely.
so
Boost of confidence right there.
Yeah, I guess it was the right decision to play him there, and he did okay.
He did okay. Well, it's quite funny actually. So he says he's a left winger, but this season he's actually played left wing, right wing back, and right back.
Yeah,
He's
so
played 4 different
he's been asked
positions.
to play a lot of positions. So
Is that just more searching game time, really, just having to play wherever?
yeah, it looks like it's that way. And when you've got players out, I guess he's going to be one of the main players that's going to come in to replace them. And yeah, I think he's a decent player. It's just he hasn't really shown what he can do this season, I don't think. But he can definitely play well in this league, and wherever he's playing, I think he'll do okay.
Well, he was one of the stars of last season.
Well, yeah.
One of the stars
Yeah.
of last season, but and one that was a sort of a big star of last season, Alan Judge, who sort of had quite a slow start to League One, we would say. Sort of come back off the...
Yeah, it has been a bit slow, I think, for him.
Yeah, coming off the transfer saga and the hand injury, which sort of set him back a few weeks.
Yeah.
Well, he gave a very honest assessment of his season
very
last
honest.
night.
I think we can say the word on air, can we?
No, we can't, but I will substitute the word for something that's a bit better. I won't kid myself. I've been poor, but I feel that I'm finally getting there.
Yeah.
Well, looking at his stats this season, he's made 11 appearances, 0 goals, and 2 assists. So he's not had a good start, but his town careers have been
No, it hasn't
too
been
good.
It hasn't been amazing. I think I agree. I do agree with what he's saying. I think he hasn't been playing well. We know how he can play because he was fantastic for Brentford. And I remember when we signed Alan Judge, I was buzzing about it.
I remember the GIF they used.
Yeah.
The Judge Judy GIF. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
what's happening here then?
yeah, I was buzzing when he signed, but he hasn't really come. He was okay at the end of last season. I thought he made an impact, but I just think that this summer hasn't been the best summer for him. He broke his wrist for Ireland. He was linked with QPR, and it looked like he was going to go there because family problems, and I think one of his family was in hospital, so he was thinking of going back down there. So yeah, I don't know. I guess the confidence wasn't really in him at the start of the year, but he said in his interview that he's getting there, and I think we can see that he's starting to put in okay performances. I think by the end of the season he'll be a good player again.
Do you think he'll finally get his first goal? Do you think it'll be when he gets that first goal, he will sort of then kick on from there?
Yeah, I think that's what needs to happen. I think once he gets his first goal, he'll get that confidence to push on, and we know how good a player he can be. So, let's just hope that he gets that first goal.
Yeah, let's hope, because it would be nice to see.
Yeah,
It would be very nice, because he's sort of somebody that Ipswich Town have put a lot of faith into.
Yeah.
Trying to keep him at all costs, really.
Yeah.
Rejected, was it nearly £1 million for
Yeah, it
him?
was.
So
Yeah, I think the highest was 700k. I think.
yeah, wasn't there estimating of £1 million,
Yeah.
but nothing was reached.
No.
Well, and also last night Paul Lambert made a change in formation, which Alan Judge actually played on the left.
Yeah, he did.
I think the last time I saw him play on the left was Sunderland, and he kept drifting in a bit.
Yeah, he
It was
does that. He just plays everywhere.
It was a bit madness, but last night played the 4-4-2. Is that sort of now the formation that Ipswich can rely on, unlike the 3-5-2, which has sort of caused them a few problems in matches? I think Rotherham was one. It caused them a huge load of problems. They couldn't just sort of fix it from there.
Yeah, I don't know. I like 4-4-2. It's obviously simple. It's the English way of football, really,
Yeah.
isn't it? So yeah, I think it's a decent formation, decent formation. I think it can work for our players, but I feel like if Downs and Cambridge Young are fit and in the squad, I think that the 3-5-2 suits us more. But I feel like in this formation we have more of a midfield presence. I thought that's how it felt in the second half yesterday, because I remember the Rotherham game where we played 3-5-2. We didn't have a midfield really, did we? I don't know what you thought about the midfield in that game, but it wasn't really there.
I don't want to say.
So yeah, this 4-4-2, I think it can work. And also, a weird thing, I don't know if you saw this, but in going into the second half yesterday, Rowe and Judge switched. So Rowe went on the left and Judge went on the right. I think that was so Rowe could go up against that Matheson, who scored at Old Trafford.
Oh yes, I know him, but
he was their best player on yesterday. So Judge couldn't really cope with him, I don't think. So he kind of switched that round.
Okay.
And I feel like that kind of worked. Because Rowe obviously was there to get that first goal. So he did some wonders at half-time, Paul Lambert.
He did do some wonders, unlike other games where it takes him 80 minutes to figure something out and you go, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Last 10 minutes, all chaos. But also, somebody who came back into the starting lineup was Skews. He came back in after sort of injury scare. Did quite all right last night, sort of.
Yeah, I think he had a Scouse performance.
Good old Scouse performance.
Which is good because, I feel like he's consistent and we know his style of play and it always seems to work for us. Even last season, he was probably one of the players that I thought were one of the better. So yeah, good to see him back. He's one of the starters, isn't he? So
yes, it's good to see him back. Well, Ipswich Town returned to Portman Road on Saturday for the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Woo!
And I'm not going to make it.
Oh.
I'm actually going to miss a home game.
I would fit in for you, but I can't make it as well. So it's a bit annoying. But they're playing Lincoln first round.
Yeah.
What's your score prediction for that game?
My score prediction is 1-1, and it will go to a replay, and it will be live on BBC One.
Okay. I didn't realize we were predicting channels as well. I think it's probably going to be a 1-0. I think it's just.
Which way? Do you reckon we'll win 1-0?
It's a bit of a tricky one because I would like to see it just have a cup run, but
yeah.
I guess in Paul Lambert's mind it sort of doesn't matter because less games means less stress on the players and all sorts. And it is the more league focus, this team. So I'm going to have to say Lincoln.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was just dropping my phone as well. That's how my phone's disgusted by that as well. Go betting against it. But that's just my personal opinion. I mean, it's just going to be it's not going to be nice.
Yeah, I think it's going to go to a replay. Yeah.
And then we've got Tuesday's game as well.
Yes, against that's pointless, really.
No, it's a big local derby.
No.
It's a big derby. It's going to be fun.
Oh dear.
Well, you'll have to talk about it next week. But when we come back, we can talk about the Premier League, the madness of the Premier League. That was bonkers as well.
Yeah.
VAR, late minute goals, mind games. What next?
Pitchside Talk on IO Radio.
It is right. It is one of our own. Pitchside Talk here on IO Radio. Back for another week, so we haven't been suspended off the airs just yet.
No.
VAR hasn't ruled us off yet. We're not offside, are we? Or are we offside?
Maybe.
Well, we do have VAR to talk about in our next section. The Premier League. It was back for another week. Back for another explosive week.
Yeah.
Of late drama, VAR, all sorts.
Indeed.
That's just every week, really. All sorts.
Yeah,
anything. But
every week.
We'll start off with the chasing pack. Manchester City left it late to win over Southampton. That's quite a bit of a bonkers game, actually.
Yeah, it was. It was a bonkers game.
Quite bonkers because Man City's first shot on target was in 70 minutes, and that was their first goal.
Yeah.
And the last time, I think, the longest time they've had a shot out target was in the 82nd minute against Leicester in 2016.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not like Man City, is it?
It's not like Man City. But how key was this victory for Man City, really, to keeping up with sort of the chasing pack?
Yeah, I think that's their goal at the moment, is just to keep up with Liverpool, because Liverpool are just on so good form at the moment. So yeah, obviously they just need to get these wins in, and it was a bit surprised how late they left it against Southampton, because I thought it was going to be another thrashing from Southampton because of what happened against Leicester.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was quite surprising going to like 60 minutes and Southampton was still leading the game. So yeah, it was good character by them to come back and win the game, and they just need to keep getting these wins, I think, now.
Did we see any improvement for Southampton after last week's absolute thrashing against Leicester 9-0?
Yeah, I think we did see an improvement. I think that defensively they were better, and it seemed like every time they lost the ball, they'd crowd the Man City players. I don't know if you noticed that. It just looked like they had more confidence in this game. I don't know what it is, but I guess that their manager gave them a right shouting at.
Yeah, probably did.
Get your act together.
I think Pep described it as 11 men inside the 18-yard box.
Yeah, they played so defensive. So yeah, better performance from Southampton, but are they going to stay up this year? It's going to be tough.
Ooh, it is going to be very tough. I think they're one of the sides that's sort of yo-yoing a little bit, but with Ralph Hasenhüttl, if they can put more performances in like this, it will lead to victories. But I think to sort of, I know it sounds bad, but to get sort of to what they did against Man City was quite impressive.
Yeah, it was. Even though it was a loss. It was a good performance for them. I think they can go on from this.
Well, we better move on to the other game. Liverpool left it even later than Man City.
They did.
2 goals in 7 minutes.
Yeah.
I think the first one started in the 87th, and the winner scored in the 94th plus minute. Yikes!
Yes. A header from Mane.
Yes, to see off Aston Villa, who actually looked quite good. Actually,
yeah, they did.
Aston Villa looked like a really good side.
Yeah,
especially with that crowd behind them.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, the 12th man.
Yes, there is a 12th man at Aston Villa. We can confirm. It has been seen. But how crucial was it, this comeback for Liverpool, to sort of keep Man City at bay after they got their victory against Southampton?
Yeah, obviously for Liverpool, it's the opposite of Man City. They need to stretch the gap out because Man City are going to keep getting wins, aren't they? So Liverpool need to keep these results going. Going to Villa Park, it's always tough. Whoever you are, really. So yeah, obviously it was good for them to get this win to keep that gap between them and Man City.
Yes, well, Liverpool actually earned a stat, quite a very weird stat. They've actually got the most points from losing positions this season.
Yeah.
They've got 10. Above Leicester, who got 7, Wolves who got 6, Arsenal got 5, and Tottenham got 5 as well.
Yes, so that's good.
They like to leave it late.
Yeah,
that's the Liverpool way, I think they called it. And also, Liverpool have earned 31 points in the first 11 Premier League games, which is the most in top flight history. Wow. Only behind Tottenham, who had 33 points, but they had more games back in 1961 to 1962. Okay. So they have the most in Premier League history.
Yeah.
And in English football history as well.
If that's not Champions form, I don't know what it is.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. Well, after the game, we're now going back to Man City as well. Pep said in his post-match interview, I don't know how he knew this that quickly. There's a bit of a thing going around that. How's he know these things so quickly? But he accused the Liverpool players of sometimes diving. And there was Sadio Mane was booked for diving.
Yeah.
It was a dive a little bit.
Yeah, it was.
I will admit that it was a dive. But after on Monday, Jurgen Klopp responded back to his comments about Sadio is not a diver. Dan, whose side are you on? Go on, I need to know.
Oh,
whose side are you on?
I don't know whose side I'm on. Yeah, I can't say what side I'm on because for me, I think that Mane dives sometimes, but that's just what happens in football, doesn't it? It just happens everywhere in football. So I guess I'm more on Klopp's side for this, even though obviously I don't like diving at all, and I don't like what Mane did. But it just you can't moan too much about that because it happens all the time. Obviously that's something that needs to be sorted out, obviously, but. Yeah, I think that's how I feel about it.
Yes, and does these comments add a bit of fuel to the fire? Because on Sunday these two meet in probably, I guess, the biggest game of the season.
Yeah,
people would say
definitely.
This could be a lot of people saying it could be title defining.
Yeah, well, it could be. I guess. Well, maybe if Man City win, maybe not. But
yeah,
I think if Liverpool get the win on Sunday, then I think that's that's Liverpool. Well, I thought Liverpool would win the league anyway, but that would definitely help them.
Yeah, so it does add more to the fuel to the fire for the big game. And also, are we sort of now seeing Pep sort of change his sort of style? Now he's now playing mind games like Sir Alex Ferguson did a long time ago with Rafa Benitez, and he absolutely cracked.
Yeah.
He went on about the facts one day. I don't know what happened there. But are we now seeing this?
Yeah, it looks like we are seeing this. Obviously, going into this massive game, I think both managers are going to do anything possible to get the 3 points. So, whatever it takes, I think that they're going to play mind games with each other, and that makes it more interesting. It makes it better for the fans, I think, because it gives it more. I don't know. It makes it more exciting going into the game, and more. Yeah. It's just going to be a good game. It really is.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about it. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be tight or if it's going to be one outright winner. I think it is going to be tight, the game. But
well, last season when these two met, it did finish 0-0.
Yeah.
And Mahrez did blast that penalty over. So
Yes,
I don't know if
he
he's on
did.
penalty duties this time around. I hope he is.
Let's hope it's not 0-0. That'll be an anticlimax, won't it?
I would actually take that.
Oh, okay.
As just me, I just sort of I'm in that mind frame of just get a point.
Yeah.
Like Man U, just get the point. I don't care if we're rubbish, just get a point from it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in that situation of just you've got to get points nowadays.
Yeah. True, but
Just
I feel
don't
like
lose.
how well Liverpool are doing, you should be going into games wanting to win.
I do want to win, but at the same time, it's Man City.
Yeah, you got a point.
It scares me.
Yeah.
I don't. And the last time somebody played mind games, it just all imploded
Yes.
very slightly,
Yeah, it did.
just a little bit. And we actually still got points that season.
Yeah.
Just we were just awful. But we should look at maybe some of the other games that happened across the weekend, and starting off with lunchtime. Manchester United made a little trip down to Bournemouth, back off some confidence of winning against Chelsea, Norwich, away in the Europa League. They're away again to Bournemouth. They can take this confidence as a away win, but they lost 1-0
Yeah.
against Bournemouth. This is now Manchester United's worst start to any Premier League campaign, and also their worse start than their 1987-88 season. So it's not looking good for Ollie at the moment, is it?
No, it isn't. Yeah, it wasn't a great. I feel they had chances in the game, but it wasn't a great performance overall. And I think this just puts more pressure on Ollie going forward. If you can't even beat Bournemouth away from home, it's quite. It doesn't look good for Ollie. So is he going to last much longer? I don't know.
It seems to be more as away form that's more
it
playing
does.
a problem. Something as well, he hasn't kept a clean sheet in the last 11 away games in the Prem.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I guess I don't know why they've performed so bad away. I mean, they definitely have the team to be fighting up there, but I don't know what it is at the moment. I guess there is being managers linked. I think Allegri was linked with Man United the other day. So there's people being linked. So I don't think Ollie's going to last much longer if these results keep going as they are.
Oh, well. Well, it's a good victory for Bournemouth, their first victory in the last 4 games. It's an interest that it took 350 minutes for Bournemouth to score a goal this season, the longest drought they've ever had. Yeah. But also Bournemouth have not conceded a goal in the last 270 minutes of football.
Oh, okay.
So they're doing. It was a bit of a weird period, drawing 3 games 0-0, but they've now come back with a victory. But do they look like just a side that are just going to keep consistently performing, get these sort of results, really?
Yeah, I think so. I really like Bournemouth as a team. I think that not that long ago they were in the bottom leagues in England, so they've risen quite quickly, and they're having a great season at the moment. They're only 1 point off Arsenal in 5th place. So yeah, I think that they will just keep getting these consistent performances. I think they can finish in the top 10 this year. I think that'll be a good result for them come end of the season.
Yeah, and Eddie Howe constantly building that squad. I'm quite surprised that a big team hasn't picked him up yet.
Yeah, or even England. I thought he'd be the England manager by now, but I think he will be in the future,
Bold prediction there. Well, we'll move on to the next game. Arsenal drawed 1-1 with Wolves. It was sort of a bit of a... It's a bit of a weird one because it sort of turned very toxic now at the Emirates again, like with Arsene Wenger. But Arsenal have dropped the most points when scoring the first goal, and lots of people highlighting about Unai Emery, about his future. Is it safe? Because looking at the shots they faced per 90, In 16-17 they faced 11.4, and then 17-18 was 11.2, and then since Emery's taken over, it was 13.1 last season, and this season is 16.3 shots faced per 90, and this is only 11 games in.
Yeah, that's not great, is it?
No. His future's been called into doubt, but okay. He's got a little whistle. He's gone now. But what do you think about his future? Do you feel that he's walking on very thin ice?
Yeah, I think so. And we mention Arsenal's defence basically every week, but it's really poor. And I think that Emery will stay till January.
You're going to give him that long?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think if he brings in the right defenders in January that can actually save them, I think he'll be okay. But to be honest, Arsenal aren't doing awfully. They're still fifth in the league. Yeah, they're not playing amazing and their fans want more, but they're not doing the Man United.
No. But
I don't know. I guess Arsenal fans want more than that, considering how the league is right now. But I don't know. I think I'd give Emery a bit more of a chance to see what he can do. But
okay.
I understand why Arsenal fans are annoyed with him.
Well, I guess it's just more down to. I think there's a lot down to selection, defence, sort of how the club's sort of been run. Really, I think it's down to the performance because they score the first goal, but then they just sort of bottle it from there.
Yeah, they do.
It's just a big problem.
Yeah, I think that is a big problem.
Big problem.
Yeah.
Well, so you don't think he'll be sacked next week because they are facing Leicester, who are in form, and we will get on to. I'm
not saying I don't. I think I would give him until January, but if he will have that long, I don't know.
Don't know. Football is crazy sometimes.
Yeah.
They are linked with Jose Mourinho, you know, which is
and he wants to come back to England as well, doesn't he?
Which is actually quite absurd because Arsenal fans actually have been. Some Arsenal fans have been saying bring him in, and some have been saying no. So it's quite a bit of an unpopular opinion already.
Yeah. Have you done a poll about that yet?
I think we have.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what the results were from it, but I think we did.
Okay.
I'll have a look.
All right.
Later on, but we'll move on to one of the next games. Norwich lost 2-0 to Brighton. Get your laugh out of the way. Do you want to laugh a little bit louder?
No, I'm all right now.
There's nothing much really to talk about this game. Yeah.
Well, except Brighton are doing okay actually, aren't they?
Norwich have got 7 points from 11 games. The last time they did this was in 04-05, and they finished 19th. And quite conveniently, they are 19th at the moment on 7 points, joined with the thing. But it's just now for Norwich, could this be a little bit maybe too little too late sort of situation? Yeah,
I think with Norwich, going into this season, their team wasn't good enough anyway, and I don't think they really bought in anyone. I know they've got Sam Byram in, they got Dermich.
Yep.
But I don't know. I guess they could have maybe gone for more decent players, and they've got such a young squad. I just think it's the inexperience is really hurting them at the moment. I think that it's going to be really difficult for Norwich to stay up this year.
It's very difficult, and Brighton doing very well, exceeding a lot of people's expectations.
Yes.
The last time they went 3 home games consecutively unbeaten was back in March 18 under Chris Hughton. So.
Yeah, they're doing well.
They're doing very well. The next game, a side that are doing so well.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for them because I actually said they're going to finish last. Sheffield United.
I think I predicted that as well.
I think not rude. I think everybody did.
Yeah.
They won 3-0 against Burnley, the first ever time they scored 3 goals in the first half since May 1993, which was against Chelsea.
Wow.
Of all teams. I know.
You're good at this research.
I am good at this research. I'm getting a knack for it. Burnley also the first time they conceded 3 goals in the first half since December 18 against Everton. Sheffield United. What? I know it's going to sound ridiculous, but the way they are at the moment, they're in 6th.
Yeah.
Can they stay there? And possibly, we're talking about Europa League here. Could they do it? They're beating sides. Nobody knows how to stop them.
Yeah. But I just don't think they have enough for that. I don't think they have what it takes to finish in 5th or get into the Europa League. they're doing really well at the moment, and their style of play is working in the Premier League because no one's really faced that style of play before.
No.
So yeah, it's obviously working, but yeah, whether they can actually get that far, it's going to be tough for them, I think.
Bit tough for them. Well,
Yeah.
they're doing better than most people.
Yeah.
Burnley struggling at the moment. Just they'll bounce back from us, hopefully.
Yeah, I think so. I think Burnley are a team that always seem to have like rough patches in the season, usually towards the start of the season, but then they kind of come back into it and survive in the end. I think that's probably what will happen again.
Surviving. Well, another team that got 3 goals was Newcastle.
Yeah.
They scored 3.
They're surprising me at the moment as well, actually.
They actually surprised me with the result. I thought it was going to be a bit of a whitewash, but Newcastle won 3-2 over West Ham. This is the first time Newcastle scored more than 1 goal under Steve Bruce this season, and they've got 2 wins in London out of their 3 they have.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the first time, the last time they scored 3+ away goals was Fulham last season. So they've got a knack in London.
Yeah, they have.
They've got it nailed down, but got a surprising victory, really.
Yeah, I think so. I would have thought West Ham would have got the result coming into this game. Yeah, West Ham, they started well, but a bit of a rut at the moment. But yeah, Newcastle, that was a decent result for them. Now 3 points outside the relegation zone, so pushing actually 4. Got my maths wrong there.
Yeah,
but yeah, that was a very good result for them. I still think it'll be tough, but I think from what I've seen, they can beat teams like Southampton and Norwich, definitely. So yeah, I wonder if they're going to stay up.
Oh,
I've changed my mind a bit.
Changing your mind. We might do a January one.
Yeah.
We might do a January one where we fix it a little bit better. But Newcastle, West Ham winless now in 5 Premier League games. Is this just a patch they're going through?
Yeah,
they seem to have this every time. They seem to be good, and then they just patch good.
I think so. I think they're just a mid-table Premier League side. I think they'll just stay there. I think they'll get the results, and I think they'll just stay around mid-table all season. And I didn't realise that Tottenham are a place behind them. I didn't even realise that.
Me neither. Thanks for reminding me. That's actually quite.
They're in 13th. Wow.
That's quite interesting. Well,
that is interesting.
Well, moving on to another London side. 2 London sides actually took it on each other. Chelsea have now made it 7 consecutive Premier League away victories now, the most they've had in their history since 1989. They saw off Watford 2-1. This one's a bit VAR controversial, sprinkled all over. But are we now seeing Frank's Chelsea side? We're now seeing how good it is.
Yeah, I think so. I think going into this season, I was a bit sceptical about it. I was like, is this going to work? I don't like the whole, just because he's a legend, he can be the manager. So, yeah, I wasn't really convinced about it, but, he seemed to come into his own now, and I think these young players are really working for him. And, Tammy Abraham is on excellent form. Mason Mount as well. Pulisic has come out of nowhere, I think. He got a hat-trick last week and he scored again. So, yeah, I feel like they're really coming to their own now, and I think they're playing really well. So, yeah, Champions League for them next year, I think.
Champions League, well, really? Wow. Well,
finished top 4.
Watford as well, not looking good. They haven't won they failed to win any of their first 11 openers in this season's Premier League. For the first time in their history, the only side to beat them at the moment is QPR, who went 13 winless in 2012-13. It's not looking very good, is it, at the moment for Watford?
No, it isn't. I think it's getting to that time where you're thinking, yeah, they're definitely going down. It's always November time, where you can kind of see just the fixed one. Yeah, and I think that's definitely Watford. Although they do have Norwich next, so maybe they can get a result out of that. But
maybe.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Watford.
It's not looking good, but for one side it's looking good is Leicester.
Yeah.
Absolutely high flying, and Jamie Vardy is the first player this season to get 10 goals, and the last time he did that was 15-16. And
what happened that season?
I don't know. A little thing happened that season, a Premier League trophy. But I know this is going to sound absurd, but could they? I know stats all pointing that they could win it, but if they didn't have sort of the poor start to the season, would you consider Leicester to be right up there, challenging with Man City and Liverpool as the underdogs?
Well, I guess so. Yeah, if they didn't have the poor start, they're not that far away from Man City. Could you scroll down a bit?
Yeah, go scroll down. That's fine. That's fine.
2 points. Sorry, I don't know the Premier League table off by heart. So yeah, should do my research.
Poor.
Yeah, 2 points off Man City. There we go. So yeah, they're not far away. Whether they have enough to actually win the league, I don't know. I think Liverpool are too good at the moment, but maybe they could challenge Man City. Maybe they could. We'll see.
Maybe.
Maybe.
And we'll move on to the last game. Tottenham, so close to their first Premier League away victory of the season and since January, but were denied in the last minute.
Yeah.
By Tottenham. Finished 1-1. We just want to say thoughts go out to Andre Gomez, who unfortunately suffered that horrific ankle injury.
Yeah.
I think it's positive news. He's been released from hospital after successful surgery.
Yeah, that's good too.
And we hope to see him back soon because it's not nice to see.
No, it isn't.
And also, Son's red card has been turned over today.
Yes, it has.
Which was, I think, it's the right decision.
Yeah, I think it's the right decision
wasn't,
as well.
Wasn't his fault.
No, it wasn't.
No. But now Tottenham, this is a quite weird stat. They've witnessed now in 12 Premier League away games.
Mm-hmm.
This is their longest run since their club record of 14 back in 2000 to 2001.
Wow,
It's
that's poor, isn't it?
Is this just now? Looking at where Tottenham are, where are they? They are 11th now.
11th.
Is this now to try and save their season? Is this now just you've got to try and what can they do really to win away games?
I don't know. I don't know if I have the solution, but I don't know what it is with Tottenham. They have the players that can do well. Are you all right there?
Yeah, I just bang my elbow. It's fine.
Yeah. I just don't know what's going wrong with them at the moment. Whether it's confidence or they're just lacking quality, aren't they? I don't know what it is that can actually spring them forward from this position. I think they probably will get wins and go up the table a little bit, but it's going to be tough to finish in the top four this year for Tottenham, I think.
It's going to be very tough.
Yeah.
Well, when we come back, we're talking about the Champions League, and they were absolutely busy as anything.
The best place in Ipswich to hear the latest football debates, Pitchside Talk on IO Radio.
Yes, that's right. Best place to hear all the latest footy debates here, Pitchside Talk on IO Radio. Also, remember to follow us on our Twitter, talk_pitch, and our Instagram, talk_pitch as well. Not something completely different, like Denise said there. If you want to listen to any of our previous shows, search us on YouTube, Pitchside Talk. We do have some exclusive news coming very soon.
Yes. We keep saying that, but it is coming soon.
It is coming very soon. We just can't confirm yet. It's just there's a few little things we have to put in place first.
Yeah.
Just a few.
Yeah.
Like Chelsea. They've got to put a few things into place, and they did that last night, mounting a fantastic fight back against Ajax, being 4-1 down at the 55th minute. But all craziness happened, and they finished 4-4.
Yep.
I know I sort of said when we were talking about the Watford game, does this show how far Frank Lampard's come? But in this game, does this show how far he has come now with his team? Because the last time they were 4-0, like 4 goals down, was Manchester United at the start of the season.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely shows the fight that his players have under him. And obviously, I feel like they enjoy playing under him. And that's a big thing. You have to enjoy playing under your manager. And yeah, it shows the fight that his players have. I know that Ajax were down to 9 men, but coming back from 4-1 down is a big thing, even if the opposition are without some players. So yeah, great fight from them, and it definitely shows what they can do.
Does this show that the players have a lot of belief in what he's playing? Because we saw with Sarri, there's a belief at the beginning, and then it sort of fizzled out. At Conte, there was a lot of belief, and then that fizzled out. Jose Mourinho as well, belief, and it fizzled out. Is he something he's got? He's like the player's player. He's like the mate. He's been there before. Yeah,
that's how it feels like. I get that impression under Gareth Southgate as well for England. I think that's similar, and I do feel that with Frank Lampard, and I think that is crucial. You need to get along with your manager. I think that's an important thing. because we've seen so many times where players don't get along with their managers and it goes wrong. So I think the morale is high at Chelsea at the moment, and yeah, it's looking really good for them at the moment.
It's looking really good. Well, the equaliser scored by Reece James. Frank Lampard has put a lot of faith into him, into the youngster, 19, on loan at Wigan last year.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Sorry, Portman Road.
Wow, what a transfer! What he's done to get his equaliser. But should he be playing now in the Premier League? He's made a few cameo appearances, only a few subs in the last minute.
Mm-hmm.
But should he now be playing consistently in the Premier League, like Tomori, like Mount, and like Abraham?
I definitely think he should be considered to playing regularly in the Premier League. Obviously, Frank Lampard is relying on a lot of youngsters, so I could probably see this happening. So yeah, I'd say he needs to get more Premier League games. I'd like to see him playing in the Premier League because he's a really good player and he's one of these young English players that look like they're going to break it into the England squad soon. So yeah, I'd like to see him get more game time in the Premier League.
It's quite funny that England have for some reason an abundance of right back players now. It's
do.
just like we have like 4.
Yeah,
If you consider him, it's crazy. But also, what was crazy about the match was 2 sending off in 2 minutes for Ajax.
Mm-hmm.
They'd been sent off for a second yellow on Tammy Abraham. I guess that one was quite right. It was quite blatant.
Yeah.
But the second one has caused a little bit of, I guess, controversy. Veltman's handball.
Yeah.
It hit his arm from, I think, Callum Hudson-Odoi's shot.
Yeah.
Hit him on the arm, but it was sent straight off for a second yellow offence.
Oh, I didn't realise it was second yellow.
Oh, it's the second yellow. I thought it was straight red. We were having an argument saying it wasn't really, but did that sort of just change the game really for Ajax?
Yeah. Obviously, losing your 2 centre backs, that's going to affect you massively. So yeah, I think that just, it's pretty much impossible to play against a decent team that have 11 men against your 9 men. It's going to be very, very difficult. So yeah, I think after that they just really crumbled and Chelsea took advantage of that.
Yeah, Chelsea did. It sort of reminded me of the Ajax crumble of what happened against Tottenham.
Yeah.
Is that sort of their big weakness they have? They're such a good side that they really have sort of, even though they lost 2 of their best players, they have really sort of still come along.
Yeah.
Is that just a big problem they have, just sort of controlling and seeing out a game?
Yeah, maybe that's the problem, but they've got such a good side. I think that they can get far on these competitions, but whether they can actually, as you said, stick out these games where they're winning in like the 70th minute, yeah, I guess that's a problem that they need to sort out if they're gonna be, get into the finals of the Champions League.
Yeah, well, moving on to another English side who played last night, also at home. Liverpool seed off Genk to finish 2-1. Quite a tight game actually at Anfield.
Yeah, it was.
Oxlade-Chamberlain getting the winner. But how important was this result for Liverpool? Because now they're top of the group. Napoli drawed last night with Red Bull Salzburg.
Yeah.
So it's now Liverpool on top on 9, Napoli on 8, Salzburg on 4, Genk on 1. Was this quite important, getting this win tonight?
Yeah.
Last night?
Yeah, it was definitely important as Napoli obviously dropped points, so you wanna get that win to get above them, and Liverpool did that. And they'll be wanting to win the Champions League again, so this is another win on the road to that, I think. Whether they will again, I don't know, but yeah, it was a bit tight. I didn't watch the game, so I don't know how well Liverpool played, but yeah, good win for them in the end.
It was a good one. Was it? Yeah. So it is now their 24th home game now in European competitions where they've actually been undefeated.
Okay.
The last game they lost was back in 2014 against Real Madrid. Quite famously remembered for Balotelli taking a shot off at half-time and trying to swap it with Ronaldo or somebody quite big like that.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that.
And yeah, because it was coming off as a tactical decision, and he was basically just showing his hand straight away and was all like, "We're gonna win this now, aren't we?" Balotelli's going off, but last night Ox got another goal. That's his now 3rd goal in 2 appearances for Liverpool in the Champions League. Yep. That's the most he's got in any other campaign now, even in his Arsenal days. So it's quite good to see him come back. should he now be starting in the Premier League quite consistently? Because he looks like he's back to full fitness, back on full form like he was before he unfortunately did his ACL in.
Yeah.
Should he now be starting in the Premier League, especially with Man City on Sunday?
Yeah, I think he should be considered. I think I rate Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I think he's a decent player, but it's just that Liverpool have decent options instead of him as well. They have some decent players that can do the role that he does as well. So I don't know. I just think that Klopp likes to stick with the players that he likes, and I don't know if he will start in the Premier League. I don't think he'll start on Sunday. I can't really see it happening, but I'd like to see him get a chance because I rate him as a player.
Well, that's good to hear. Well, we better move on to the other two games that are happening tonight. Spurs travel to Red Star and search their first away win in the group stages in 2 years. Will that end tonight? Is the big question.
I think so. Yeah, I think obviously they have a lot more quality than Red Star, Belgrade.
Yep.
So I think they can come away with a win. You know, Tottenham aren't on great form, so maybe they can be a bit of a surprise there. But no, I think Tottenham will come away with 3 points.
Oh, that's good to hear. And also, final game, Man City take on Atalanta tonight.
Mm-hmm.
If they win this, I think they automatically qualify for the next round.
Oh, okay.
Will they win? It's a yes or no question, really, isn't it?
And the answer is yes.
Okay, that's just basically. It's sort of a bit like we saw what happened last time.
Yeah,
it was quite a close game.
Yeah, it was
going 1-0 down, but
yeah, Man City will win this game, I think.
Yeah, but they won't win knockout rounds. Well, we're going to move on to a footy roundup because we've got a little bit of footy roundup news, especially if you're an Arsenal fan.
Mm-hmm.
So big news confirmed last night that Granit Xhaka has been stripped of his captaincy and has been given to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who was on captain duties on Saturday against Wolves.
Yep.
Is this the right decision by Unai Emery to strip Granit Xhaka?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think Xhaka's really got the mindset to do that job at the moment. I think obviously how he reacted. Obviously, I said last week that I kind of agree and don't at the same time. But I think that Emery has come out and said that he's not really in a great way at the moment. He feels like the fans don't like him, and that's not what you want to have from a footballer. So yeah, I'd say it's the right decision.
Okay, well, 61% of people actually do agree with you. But what about Aubameyang? Is he the right choice to be a captain of Arsenal?
I was thinking about this before I came in. I was like, I don't know why they picked Aubameyang, but then who else would? There isn't really anyone else that would be picked.
No,
really, is there? So, well, I guess we'll see how he does as captain. I mean, I wouldn't have really seen him as that kind of player, but I don't know. Maybe he can lead his team up front.
Maybe he can.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, we'll see tonight because we'll see this afternoon because Arsenal are playing at 3:30 or 4 o'clock.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's
it's that early.
It is a weird Europa League game. They're playing at 4 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna actually double check myself. I think it's 4. Where is Europa League on here? I can't see it.
It is
there it is. Yeah, they're playing at 3:50 today.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. I'm not too sure. I think it might be down to some scheduling, but yeah, they're playing then. So we'll see how he gets on. And also, 53% of people actually do agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
You should be captain. Well, we're at the end of the show now. Yeah,
we are.
We've talked for so long. VAR's trying to rule us and send us off for stuff. So they're actually looking at the monitors as we speak. This is the first. Unfortunately, we can't get it on camera. They are looking at the monitors as we speak. They don't usually look at that in the Premier League. So
no, they don't.
We've just stolen one. We just took one.
We've got them all in the studio.
Yeah, we control it really. But Dan, thanks for being on the show today.
That's all right.
We've got plenty coming up next week. We've got Ipswich Town 2 games.
Yep.
More Premier League and more action across the footballing world because there is so much going on.
Yeah.
So we'll see you next week.
See ya.
Ciao.
The whistle has been blown for full time. Tune in next week for another jam-packed show.